Bruce sees it all.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Bruce Sees All YouTube channel. Thanks to all newcomers, and at the same time, the subs are going back down. We have a roll up and roll down problem here. Those are things that happen. This is my telescope, and I was so excited when I got the telescope that, yeah, this happened the first day. Watch this.
What was in there? So, we got rid of another box. There we go. Plants on the ground. Broken watch.
Yeah, had to go rent a truck to get it into the house. And there's lots of things that I capture that people, probably a lot of you that don't see all the videos, like everyone telling me I'm filming satellites outside. And listen, I'm one of the rare ones that was able to have the chance to see the UFOs dance in the sky for me. And you're looking at right now a directional change where a UFO is changing directions. We're going to see something even more exceptional. We're going to go see a UFO light, I guess, or phenomena. A UFO is going to close itself up and close its wings. And I was able to film it with the infrared camera. So many captures, so little time. We get older, right? Look at the wings closing up. I mean, I can try to convince, you guys that you're looking at wings closing up. Just, you're seeing it. You're seeing what I'm seeing. And you're seeing two sides close up. We're going to look at it quite simply, regular filtering, conversion, like I've always done for the past 7 completed years. We're starting the 8th now, year of research. We're approaching to 100,000, and it's because of these incredible captures, and I got to thank you all for being here, helping the channel grow, everyone. As hard as it is, because it's going back down now. Too bad, after an amazing interview with Jean-Claude. See the wings? What's that all about? Impressed? I sure as hell was. Different characteristics of the UFOs. Yeah, they're definitely not from one source. It could be from many places. Now this, in real time, is why I do this research. You see it expanding and contracting, this object in the sky? Literally, you'd say, Bruce, that's Venus. And I understand you, because it's the largest star in the sky. But the problem was there was 2 Venuses that night. So in real time, we're looking at a light approaching it, and it's spitting out other lights too around it. There's something going on. And I keep looking at it, and I said, this is getting boring. It's got to be a star. It's just this huge light, in the sky. So I keep going downwards to show the tree line, a reference point, which you'll see me often do. And now it's like it's contracting, it's expanding, contracting, and I'm just staring at it saying, well, what the hell is it? It's stationary, and you can see it. You can see it changing shape and form with that little light beside it. So here, the conversion, put it in the conversion as we're still watching it, still by the tree line, because I want to show it to you. This is the one that's split in 2 that I showed you guys. This is the whole film, the raw film. Look how long. This is important for me to show you guys. Look how long I was filming it before it did that and disappeared and split in 2. A winged object or creature, whatever, hitting into the moon. Those incredible cool captures. Notice my telescope is off of the moon. If not, you don't see these objects. You go off of the moon to go capture the light around the moon, and you will see things leaving and going towards the moon. A directional change on the surface and a beam of light that comes out of a UFO that is shooting lights, projectiles around it. If that's not exciting enough, I don't know what is. And on the moon, none of this is being spoken about. The government in the United States of America are hiding this, along with the 3-letter associations. You've got the FBI, I imagine, the CIA. I have no idea, right? Because I'm not working for these guys, I hope. But in reality, it's happening. Large entities expanding and contracting. I write UFOs, storms, biological creatures. What the hell do you want me to think that these objects are? And that other spot couldn't be an actual shadow of that large object over the surface. They're hiding in the hazes. And you know how they hide them? Well, they seem to be applying some type of smoke on the surface of the moon. Inside of Aristarchus crater, many a times we can see the lights moving around, and I mean moving around. But aside from that, a lot of flashes that look like explosions that could give us, in theory, the ideal of, hey, could there actually be a war going on the moon? And it's funny, we have the war here on Earth, we always have, and now there are no boundaries in space. This is Aristarchus crater. There are no boundaries, no borders in space. They're going to have to come up with new laws, but that's where the problem is going to be. Who's going to get along? I'll tell you right now, guys, there has to be a war, because that's how Earth was formed. That's how the countries were formed. The explorers exploring everything we did here to develop our, and evolve our civilization. It will have to be done in space. We are in the beginning of time of witnessing them doing so. UFO and 3 projectiles. It's moving very fast. Have to slow this down. And the explosions that you see, we'll play a couple of frames here. You can see that lights are all over these objects. Some of them are even being shot and exploding. You could see the smoke coming from these objects. It's such a serious situation. No bullshit. I'm capturing this with that telescope, CGXL, 39 inches long, almost 40 inches long with the camera at the back. Copernicus crater. Beside Copernicus crater, I've showed you many what looks like cities, and I'm sure they are all constructed, but you can see here a towering object without it necessarily being a tower. It sure is, and it's standing off of the surface on the rampart side of Copernicus, where all those craters have a white edge. Looks like it was deliberately put there, and you could see inside of the blue oxygen that towering object. Yeah, blue oxygen, the oxygen blue line around the moon. I believe there is one. I'll show you that too. Plato, right beside Plato. Look at the elevated, towering objects. But now, here's the serious part. This is what got me in trouble. This is what got John Lear to call me. You're looking at structures. Oops. That could be John Lear calling me from the moon right now. He believed it was a entity recycling machine. I believe it is definitely, possibly, a spaceship. The Southern Highlands. I'm showing you constructed objects inside of a crater. I'm going to filter it the best anyone's ever seen structures on the surface of the moon. And like I said, mark my words, this video will remain at 2,000. It'll take a couple days for it to get to 2,000. This should be exploding everywhere. We should have all the other channels contacting me saying, Bruce, come on for a show. It's going to give them millions of subscribers, and it's going to give them views, and they're going to be able to have their show, and everyone's going to be happy. We will have exposed the shit show of the moon. But Southern Highlands, you see that egg object I keep showing you? You notice that I'm pretty much showing you cities around that object? That's right. Inside of the crater, those objects are constructed. You even see a U-shape form that goes to the bottom of the craters. I've been analyzing these for a long time, but not that long. If you look at these findings from 4 years ago, and people are like, find more structures. There's a certain limit of structures that we will see on the moon, obviously, and I'm showing a bloody city. Over top of this, you can see it. And we're going to see it with the conversion. And if the conversion doesn't blow your mind, don't worry. I'll show you something else. And at one point, your mind will be blown. My mind was blown. There's the cities, fabricated craters, massive buildings, just like in New York, by the way. You got to wonder what the friggin' hell are they doing on the moon. If they're hiding it, they could be doing nefarious things. Bill Nelson, you got to push harder, administrator. All of you have to push harder. You have to fuck up your jobs by never minding the retirements. Think of your families. Think of the people and the families in the past that would have wanted to know about this. How much funding and money is put into space or given to NASA and the FBI and everything to do what? Research? Are you serious? This is research. Those are the buildings. Have you ever seen an amateur show you a towering object in buildings? They're all constructed buildings, and they're hiding in smokes and hazes. I even showed you the application of the hazes with the UFOs that are applying smokes on the bloody surface of the moon. And again, the enthusiasm that I have is not anger, it's excitement, because the truth will never, ever be hidden again. There's the oxygen blue line. that we just saw on the moon. And that, beside Bianchini crater, are the many hundreds of thousands of structures and objects, built or not, that are never spoken about by NASA. Here's on the moon in the hazes, a UFO letting out another light from the inside of it. It's illuminated the projectile, and I call it a projectile. It wasn't flung out quickly. It's leaving it. It could be launches that they're doing. There's frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3. We see them exploding or igniting and taking off on the surface of the moon. There's the smoke that's actually hiding the surface. So it's more than the theory, right? If I'm filming it, this is right beside Clavius crater, and yes, we are in the southern highlands. Biggest secret on the moon. NASA, I know it. I know all about your cities there, and I'm going to work hard to be able to show them the best that I can. But luckily, people are naive and don't really believe what I'm filming probably, but it's a very scary thing. Get informed, learn how a camera works, and then find out that I'm not actually filming pixels. There's another object, cigar-shaped object, elongated object inside of the atmosphere of the moon. Many secrets, many times I've been able to capture them. I mean, it's just incredible, right? And honestly, I would not be here if it wasn't for your support. We could be starting streams on Saturday. We will be starting streams on Saturday. I'll see you then. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are landing on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.